Okay, let's go. Happy Friday. Huh? Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? So, what do we got? We got an undefeated hockey team and we got beautiful fall weather. I don't know how it is where you guys are living, but right now it's probably about 62 degrees outside, nice and clear. It's too windy to do the stream outside, though. So, I'm hoping maybe next week we can get cool and nice and not so windy. So, all right. So the Panthers are on an 82-0 pace, and later on, boy, I need to shave. Later on, I've got an article here that a friend of mine sent to me over Twitter. Somebody mentioned this during the game last night. I guess it's an article about the Panthers and Lightning, and they're trying to draw like parallels between the two teams, maybe even politically and everything. So I haven't read the article, but a couple people have brought it to my attention. So we're going to do that. We're going to read the article if I can get my glasses right. And, I'll bitch and complain about something. I'll find something to complain about. So how's everybody doing? Bucks Rays, how we doing? Burned Oils, good to see you. Would be a real bummer if we won 81 games only to lose the last right? Jeez. Craig, how you doing, buddy? Real says Marchand confirmed post game they're more focused on defense. Yeah, that fits. That fits. Bex, it was actually Kyle's fault. Yeah. It was definitely Kyle's fault. I was talking to him for a few minutes. He's getting ready to leave. His mom's going to pick him up. So, yeah, I was chatting with him a little bit. Hey, David, how you doing? Straight up flooding? Jeez. I see. I haven't heard anything on Kulikov yet. But hopefully, as long as he's okay-ish, if Balinskis has to play for a while, no problem. No problem. Yeah, and Nedeljkovic had himself a night last night. Holy moly. That is one way to put it, man. Good Lord, that poor guy. Yeah, Marchand looks like a leader out there. I want to check the time on ice again too, actually. Hey Dana, good morning. Because that was something I wanted to, that I was complaining about yesterday, and so I wonder how it went last night. Let's see. So let me look at like Mackey last night. So we got a game log here for Mackey. Let's see. Yeah. So ask and you shall receive. Now, of course, we had a lot more power plays, but let's see. Mackey had 11 minutes against Chicago. Had 15 and a half last night. So that's good. What about the fourth line? I was hoping that the fourth line guys would get a little bit more. What about Cunnin? Let's see. So almost exactly the same. 809 against Chicago and 807 against Philadelphia. So I guess that's what they're going to get. And Greer probably got just a little bit more, right? That's what happened the last game. Yeah, 803. They're not giving that fourth line a whole lot of time. It's just not happening. Let me see. Who else did I want to check Lundell, and then we'll come back to the chat. Lundell's time on ice was 2 minutes less last night as well. But I don't know if we didn't have to kill many penalties. So it seems as though that fourth line is going to get like eight minutes a night, not much else. Hey, Mike. Greg says Cats have 4 guys that could be legit C's on lesser teams. That's very true. Damn. Hey, Boulevard. Yeah, right. Hitting the post on the empty net. The game was over. San Jose beating Vegas in the first week of the season. All the crazy. And then, no, not so much. And then I seen the Sharks on Twitter like, hey, we got a point. It's like, dude, what? Come on now. Come on. Hold on. And Kyle, is that you leaving? Here, just come crack this door so she can hear me. I thought she wasn't going to be here for another half hour.
Come on, lady. This is a half hour later.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, just leave it open so she knows I'm here. Okay, baby. Good girl. Go lay down, all right? All right, kiddo. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you.
I love you too. See you
tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, thank you to Ottawa. Yeah, exactly. That too. Vincent says Bennett, Mackey, Boquist line should look all right. See no reason not to return Lundell Marchand combination. Too much upon quality of hockey happening so far with the new lines. Yeah, Reinhart, I'm not like criticizing him, but under these circumstances, he's really, really been invisible. Like I've noticed Lundell and Luosterainen, but Reinhardt's like not even, is he playing? Like I think I seen Barkov more than Reinhardt last night. And yeah, I'd love to see Marchand get back with those guys as well. And then was that Bennett with Mackey and Boquist? Or were you putting Erod? That would be all right though, too. I mean, you know, this speed is what I noticed we're using our speed a little bit more. So, but it's all gonna be a work in progress. You know, Maurice, he's not going to do any of the obvious moves, right? So is what it is. So what are my thoughts in Ottawa after getting a big win in Tampa last night? So Buck says, keep real Tampa trash. What's going on with Tampa's defense? That was bad. I mean, I only watched the highlights, so of course it's highlighting the bad parts. But, 2-on-1 and 3-on-2 and the breakaways. Like Tampa's defense didn't look real structured. I don't know where their head was. But Ottawa, they're not messing around. You know what I mean? You have to take into consideration Brady Tkachuk is Matthews' brother, right? And don't underestimate the motivation that he's feeling to have success in the postseason. Now, I'm sure at this point he's like, that's nice, Matthew. That's great. He's kind of getting sick of watching his brother skate around with the cup and his team can't even win a playoff round. So I would not be surprised if Ottawa is pretty well motivated. Boulevard says, it's like the Leafs finally celebrating making it to the second round for the first time in 20 years. Yeah, and it happened twice, I know. Beck says, yeah, it's odd. I feel like there isn't a ton of offensive hustle with Reinhart. So I kind of feel like they're just steadfastly focusing on defense. And I suppose it's not the worst thing it's not the worst end of the world. I think there's more offense to be had out of our fourth line. I think the fourth line needs more minutes a night. I'd like to see them get 3 or 4 more shifts a night. They usually are playing pretty well. And all those guys, is certainly Greer and Cunnin, they can score. They're not, it's not a bunch of gooners that are bereft of offensive talent. I'd like to see them get on the ice a little bit more. David says, I would think the Leafs would shelve the we want Florida chance for a while. Yeah, Ottawa's coming in. Yeah. Vincent says, yeah, Erod with Verhaeghe and Reinhart is pretty obvious, though. It happened before, right? Ottawa looks good. Yesterday's Panthers would have lost the game to yesterday's Senators. No doubt. No doubt. It wouldn't surprise me to see Ottawa beat us. We're going to lose games to if a team comes in and really wants to take it to us. I think there's going to be a lot of games that we lose this year where we're just like, As long as we're in a playoff spot within a comfort level, I think you're going to see times when an Ottawa or a Tampa or a Toronto, if they want to elevate their level of play and get physical and all of that, I could kind of see us just being like, we'll see you in April and May. We'll talk about this in April and May. Like it's the only way that they're going to have a chance at three-peating anyway. We can't we can't go out there and get physical with these teams in October and November. We already are missing body parts as it is. Gooner no longer what it means. Gooner no longer means what it used to mean. Is that right? Whatever it means now, I mean it the old way. Yeah, Beck's got it laid out. Bovard says, Jaws and I are the same. We both have the same first name in our college team. Teams are both 5-0, Miami and Ole Miss. Our hockey teams are good, and our NFL teams are 1-4 in the basement. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Only, at least with the Raiders, it's like you kind of, the Dolphin fans expect it, but we both need new owners. Actually, both teams need new owners. It's kind of, we actually had the same exact problem with our football teams. Like, there's no expectations because the owners are just like out to lunch. David, now come on, man. He says, I hate to break it to you, but we ain't going 8-2, 82-0. Who's gonna beat us? Huh? We're undefeated. Hey, Cade, come on, David. You drop that kind of news on a Friday. Hopefully, Kulikov is okay. So Gooner means fan of the court. Oh, for freaking hell. Oh, well, I guess I can't be using that one anymore. No, we're definitely not going 82-0. Come on, you guys are so negative this morning. Icy says, someone should have told him to stop being so physical during the preseason, right? Yeah, so the season's there's gonna be nights the puck doesn't go in the back of the net. We had some good chances last night, though. Yeah, maybe 72-10. Yeah. The Saints and Finns combined wouldn't win more than 5 games. That's probably true. Real says Gooner still fits for the Lightning no matter which way you use it. So what happened last night in that game? Because when I watched the highlights, they didn't show any of the rough stuff. So why were there 3 Lightning players and 3 Senators players in the box at the same time? Yeah, we'll go 98-0 all the way to the third cup. Oh, man. Well, we'll see. Let's just get the 3-0. But I know I'm the one that started it. I don't know, man. I'm happy that a night like last night is when we have to stack points, right? Because probably Ottawa's going to be feeling pretty good about having coming in and beaten Tampa. They're going to be feeling pretty good. And to say we look different, it doesn't necessarily mean we look bad or something. It's definitely different, though, without Barkov and Kachuk. So, all right. So a friend of mine sent me an article on Twitter that I'm going to read. And I have not read it, but a couple of people have brought this to my attention. So I'm going to share this here. It looks like it might be a little bit lengthy, but what else do we have to do? So I guess this is from The Guardian, and a couple of people have said they're talking about the Panthers and Lightning, and they're trying to draw comparisons between the two, including political. And so a few people have asked me to look at this, and so we're just going to read it. And I am not responsible for what The Guardian has to say. I'm only responsible for my own voice. And so while I'm reading it, I don't see the chat. So says blood bias in the Battle of Florida, how the NHL's dirtiest rivalry exposed hockey's old boy rot. Oh, here we go. All right, a Southern hockey feud has morphed into a clash of styles, politics, and privilege that mirrors America itself and exposes how deeply the NHL's power still skews. Oh, geez. It's going to be like this. Okay. The Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning rivalry was once a regional sideshow, a quirky matchup between two Southern expansion teams playing to half-empty arenas in polite indifference. But in the space of just a few years, it has mutated into the nastiest, most revealing feud in hockey, one that's exposed the NHL's double standards, cronyism, and cultural divide. Holy crap. I'm going to get a lot of laughs out of this, aren't I? See, preseason hockey is meaningless by design, a handful of perfunctory tune-ups that even hardcore fans barely notice in the run-up to opening night, when the games finally start to count. Yet, in the past week, the Panthers and Lightning turned a pair of exhibition contests into 3-hour dreams of violence. 114 penalties, totaling nearly 500 minutes in the box, 16 game misconducts, and one ejected who somehow picked up an assist on an 8th goal that shouldn't have counted. It was an all-out bedlam before the season even began, but the uneven fallout has raised uncomfortable questions about the sport. Are you guys are we having a good time or what? Okay, so here we are. Let's see. It all kicked off last Thursday when Florida's A.J. Greer sucker punched Tampa's Brandon Hagel in the head, a callback to last spring's playoff meeting between the teams, when Hagel's borderline hit on Panthers captain Alexander Barkov sparked Florida's defenseman Aaron Ekblad's retaliatory headshot that left Hagel concussed. Greer's cheap shot, punished with only a $2,000 fine, broke hockey's unspoken code. You never go after a player with a known concussion history, especially one that you've already injured. So on Saturday, Tampa iced the lineup of AHL enforcers and spent the night exacting frontier justice. The league's response: heavy fines and suspensions for the Lightning and none for Florida. Now, read what you just said they did. On Saturday, Tampa iced an AHL lineup of enforcers and spent the night exacting frontier justice. The league's response: heavy fines and suspensions for the Lightning, none for Florida. Well, and the first sentence of your dumbass paragraph tells you why there was nothing going to Florida. But okay. The ugly scenes revived an old suspicion that the NHL's disciplinary system protects its favorites. The Panthers' connections only make the optics worse. They're not going to go Colin Campbell, are they? Hey, they are. The league's director of hockey operations, Colin Campbell, is a longtime power broker whose son is a minority owner and assistant general manager of, you guessed it, the Panthers. The head of player safety, George Peros, my God. Jeez. The stupidity. My eyes are going to bleed from the stupidity. The head of player safety, George Peros, is a former Panther himself. 39 games? A decade ago, Campbell's leaked emails showed him berating referees, blah, 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 blah. Across the NHL, this latest bloodbath looked like business as usual, because it was. A vivid reminder that hockey's old boy network pulls the strings on a two-tiered system of justice. I don't know how these idiots even get through life. The bad blood has been brewing for years. For most of their existence, the Panthers were an afterthought, overshadowed by the more successful Lightning, who won their first of 3 Stanley Cups in 2004. Then they traded for Matthew Tkachuk, a brilliant, agitating forward, and hired a coach who encouraged the chaos. Overnight, the franchise became an almost comically ratty heel team, relentlessly annoying, gleefully abrasive, and somehow good enough to win anyway. They ran goalies, took liberties after whistles, and seemed to delight in their role as the villains of modern hockey, which there's been a team that has done that and been the villains pretty much for the league's entire existence. It just changes from team to team. And this guy would be surprised to hear how Tampa won those 2 cups. Oh, here we go. Wait. Tampa, by contrast, I'm going to vomit. Tampa, by contrast, has built their dynasty on cool precision. A team that mixed speed, skill, and structure to win back-to-back cups in 20 to 21. To Lightning fans, Florida's rise represented something else, the triumph of cynicism of hockey as provocation rather than craft. Wow. I am so sorry for anybody that has this person in their life because, I mean, to go through life with this narrow of a POV, to insinuate that the Panthers don't have mixed speed, skill, and structure, to insinuate that the Panthers don't use the structure has got to be one of the dumbest, if not the dumbest thing I've ever read in any hockey publication ever. It continues. The long simmering tensions finally exploded in April's postseason meeting when Hagel flattened Barkov with what looked like a clean shoulder check, a hockey play at playoff speed gone wrong. The officials ruled it illegal because Barkov hadn't touched the puck. Hagel was slapped with a 1-game suspension. The next night, Ekblad, who'd already served a lengthy ban earlier in the season for PEDs, hunted him down and delivered a full-force shot to the head, concussing him. A retaliatory hit that earned just 2 games. And Florida went to win the series and their second straight cup, while Tampa were left muttering about double standards. So when Greer targeted Hagel again during a meaningless September preseason game, no less, the Lightning saw red. Coach John Cooper rested his stars and called up 6 players from the minors, 2 known enforcers among them, to ice a full lineup without exposing his smaller, skilled forwards. Within minutes, 32-year-old bruiser Scott Saborin, if that's how you say it, leveled Ekblad with a single punch that dropped him to his knees. From there, the night descended into absurdity. Brawls after every whistle. So this is interesting. I would like to point to the hypocriticalness. I'm going to pause right here. He admits that he leveled Ekblad with a single punch that dropped him to his knees. But I thought there was the unwritten rule that you don't go after guys that have had concussion history. Well, we all know Ekblad has a concussion history. So which one is it, dumbass? From there, the night descended into absurdity. Brawls after every whistle, fights in the penalty box with more than 300 combined penalty minutes, and so many ejections that both teams ended with 9 skaters. At one point, Florida's Nico Mikkola even picked up an assist, despite having been sent off minutes earlier. It's not every night an ejected player somehow helps extend an 8-0 lead before anyone notices. The next day, the discipline meted out by the NHL's Department of Player Safety came down squarely on Tampa. 6 players fined, 2 suspended. The organization docked $100,000 and Cooper fined another $25,000. Florida's Greer kept his token $2,000 fine. The perception was plain as day. The Panthers could do no wrong, and that sense of impunity is what turned a once anodyne cross-state rivalry into something much darker, a microcosm of how the NHL still protects its insiders and punishes its critics. And here comes the politics. The defiance fits neatly with the Panthers' broader identity. Under owner Vincent Viola, a billionaire financier and a one-time Donald Trump nominee for Secretary of the Army, the franchise has cultivated an overtly MAGA aesthetic. Wow. These people, they truly have, they have political, what do they call it, Trump? Political derangement syndrome. Everything is politics. Unbelievable. After their first cup win, team executives proudly visited Trump at the White House, presenting him with a custom 45-47 jersey. So don't all the teams go to the White House? Somebody can correct me if I missed that, but don't all the teams go? I could be wrong. Viola's longtime business partner, minority owner Douglas Sifu, who is he's our crazy guy. Every organization has one. The Panthers vice chairman and alternate governor, who also runs Virtual Financial, the high-frequency trading firm he co-founded with Viola. In May, Sifu was suspended indefinitely by the NHL after an inflammatory social media exchange with a Canadian fan where he invoked the Israel-Palestine conflict and Trump's 51st state taunts, a move that did little to distance the team from its hard-right image. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Jeez. This continues. Across the state, the Lightning's ownership has taken the opposite tack. Here comes the virtual signaling, right? Removing a Robert E. Lee statue from downtown Tampa, supporting diversity initiatives, and hosting some of the league's most inclusive heritage nights. Wow. So wait a minute. So he's trying to say that the league is protecting the MAGA team and not the woke team? What insanity what is this guy smoking? And please send me some. In miniature, the Battle of Florida now mirrors the United States itself. Grievance and aggression on one side, progressive branding on the other, both locked in a fight over what the sport and the country should be. My God. It must be hard to live in these people's heads. The irony is that this is all unfolded during what's meant to be the NHL's modern age of enlightenment. What? League executives boast about player safety and mental health awareness and evolving beyond the blood and guts spectacle of decades past. Yet its disciplinary machinery still operates with the opaque impunity of the old boys club. When New York Rangers owner James Dolan semi-publicly condemned the league's refusal to suspend Washington's Tom Wilson in 2021, the NHL didn't revisit the call. It fined the team $250,000 for daring to question it. Commissioner Gary Bettman scolded the Rangers for demeaning a league executive and declared such criticism unacceptable. The message was clear enough. Silence is rewarded, dissent is punished, and the culture that enables violence is the one most fiercely protected. This time, though, the silence has cracked. Around the league, executives and players are said to be quietly rooting for Tampa, not because they condone vigilante justice, but because they recognize the futility of appealing to a system stacked against them. The Panthers may have won the Stanley Cup for 2 years running, but they've become the embodiment of a league that rewards swagger and punishes accountability. And thank God for that, because if the NHL ever became the NFL, where you literally get penalized for taunting your opponent, most of us would stop watching. That's the NHL's biggest controversy of the year, erupted before a single regular season game had been played, says it all. The sport that keeps promising to modernize still can't stop celebrating its own anarchy. A league where power, not principle, decides who gets away with what and who gets left bleeding on the ice. Holy hell, in a handbasket. Wow. Holy crap. Yeah, the Lightning never played dirty. The idea, you've got, I mean, what's amazing to me is that on the one side, like, you know, you've got people, the MAGA people, all that, complaining about, you know, Pride Nights and all of that stuff. And this guy thinks that the league is sticking up for the Panthers because of MAGA and Trump. Holy hell. Like the easiest thing in the world to do is to talk crap about that group of people. You know what I mean? So to think that the NHL is actually going the opposite direction, that's wild. I really, who's this guy? I don't want to pick on this guy. Let me see. I guarantee you I can know exactly what he looks like. Let's see. Yep, there he is. Brian Armen Graham. Yeah, he looks exactly like you would expect him to look. Hey, you know who this looks like? Hold on. I can say this without insulting him. I don't want to insult him, but I can say this without insulting him. You guys can tell me. Okay. You know who you guys have seen The Other Guys? Who here has seen The Other Guys? The movie The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and the other dude. This looks like the husband of the guy, Christineth, who starts running down the street. Nobody leaves my house unless you make love to my wife. He looks exactly like him with the sweater and everything. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's exactly. Yeah, you get my wife's name. That's him. I swear to God, that's him. It's his doppelganger. All shaved. Yeah. Oh my God. That's funny as hell. Jeez. The wife. Oh man. All right. So I don't want to step in it any more than I already have, but that was sent to me. A couple people mentioned it. It was sent to me, and I figured, what the hell? We'll have some fun. I didn't see that coming. Like, I thought there might be a little bit of hub in there, but this guy actually, like, he's laying it out there. Like, yeah, Arnie Palmer alert. Yeah. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen The Other Guys, you got to see The Other Guys. What's the other guy's name? Will Ferrell. Who's the other guy? What the hell is his name? Real says, I think I have to stop watching the Panthers now that we're just the front for MAGA. Jeez. Now, yeah, Marky Mark. What the hell is his name? Wahlberg. Thank you, Craig. Now, all the teams, they go to the White House, right? That wasn't just the Panthers with Trump thing, right? I mean, they go, right? Vincent. How in the hell? It's just bad blood between the Lightning and, I mean, what's interesting is he lays out the case in a sense. Yeah, you think of what I'm thinking, aim for the bush. He lays out the case reasonably. He at least admits that it all started with the Hagel hit on Barkov. At least he had admitted that and threw that in there, even though he's trying to say it was somewhat of a clean hit. But how he got where he got, I mean, it's like, I think he just had he has the idea of how he views the world, and he's just going to use whatever incident he can pluck from to confirm his own narrative, right? Oh my God. That's wild. Yeah, because I mean, sure, Kazuma, right? It's gonna be, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, just by definition, everything's divided, whatever you 50-50, 55-45. I mean, there's gonna be people on both sides everywhere, wherever you go. It's just no, I mean, the idea, like the idea that that's the reason, and then of course you got to go for the Colin Campbell thing and all of that. It's like, what are we still on that? Now, I know the hockey guy put out a video. I didn't get a chance to watch the rest of it. I think maybe tomorrow morning, since I don't have a noon stream, I'll watch that and I'll just record my reaction and see, because I watched like the first 5-10 minutes of it. Clayton says it's almost like you take two physical teams that don't like each other, put them in a game where the outcome doesn't matter, and they're shocked they're going to take the opportunity to murder each other. Yeah, exactly. Real says we need to find the most progressive hockey team. That's got to be the Kraken, right? That's got to be the Kraken. Yeah. Oh my God, that was something. Jeez, I feel bad for people that feel that way though. Like, that's got to be a really difficult way to go through life. Where, I mean, if you can find politics in what happened on the ice in those two preseason games, like all that went on, if in your brain somehow it turns to Trump and MAGA, you might want to stay off the internet give it a week, man. Just go to the beach, take a vacation. Like, if you were watching all that fighting and somehow got to politics, I mean it on a human level. It's like, no, man, come on now. Jeez. Well, it is what it is. What it is, man. That was fun. That was fun. Anybody else have any craziness y'all want me to have fun reading? Now I'm gonna clip that part and put it on the video just because I like to cause trouble because I think it's ridiculous. It's absurd. Now, who was Biden was president when Tampa won both times, right? Right. So now, how did they win? How did they win? If from this guy's article, I guess everybody on Tampa would have loved Biden. So if the league is pushing MAGA and Trump, how did Tampa win when Biden was it? Was it rigged? Oh, that's what it is, right? It was rigged. Yeah, that would make sense. But why would they rig it? Why would they rig it to help? I'm confused now. Yeah, Greel says, oh no, we've got the red and blue colors too. JC says he seems like he lives to be on the board of his neighbor's HOA, right? Joe, I should check out the clip of the Spanish announcer calling Marchand at goal. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, look, it takes all kinds, right? It takes all kinds, man. I don't care what anybody's politics are. I mean, I have my views and all of that. I don't care what someone look. You do you. It ain't gonna affect me. You know what I mean? That's it. You do you. I do me. I don't care what your politics are. You know, it doesn't. I don't know. I guess because we grew up like people my age, we grew up differently. You know, it's like when I was in hell, when I was some of your ages in my late teens, I didn't know what anybody's politics were. I didn't care. I wanted to know when are we going to the club, when are we going fishing, and when do I got to mow the grass. That's really all I cared about. David, laugh at everybody. It's all a joke, sticks and stones. I'm a bald fat guy. Bring it, right? Kazuma, it didn't let me. It blocked your link. You said here's the link, but it blocked the link. Unfortunately, Kazuma, send it to me on Twitter. Send it to me on Twitter, and I'll in a message. Hold on, I got to take a screenshot of this guy. Should I use him as the thumbnail, or would that be too much? Would that be too much? Yeah, Kazuma. Yeah, send it to me in a. Sunswine. Yeah, I mean, you know, I hear what you're saying, but I don't even it always surprises me, like, because politics is not in my mind, right? So when people make stuff political, it always like, what? I just like, it's totally foreign to me. It's like the Panthers and Lightning have a lot of reasons to hate each other. They were the dynasty, now we're the dynasty. But Tampa still wants to be the dynasty, but we're still trying. I mean, and we're in the same state, and these guys probably know each other. And I'm sure at least one guy's wife is flirted with the wrong player from the other team's husband. You see what I'm saying? There's plenty of reasons for those guys to hate each other. They ain't got nothing to do with politics. It's wild. Yeah, Dante, pretty funny to see Ottawa beat Tampa last night. Yeah, I'm going to use it. Yeah, that's the thumbnail. All right, Kazuma, let's see. This is weird. People are sending me messages on Twitter and forever. It's like it shows me a new message. Here we go. Oh, so yeah, let me put my headphones on here. Hold on. This is Marchand. Oh, I can hear it anyway. Oh wow. Okay, hold on. Let me get it to the front. Okay, hold on. Let me share it. Let me share it. Vincent says, if you did care, we could be living in a different world. My fault, Vincent. I didn't turn. I'm the same dude I was in I didn't change. I was the same dude I was at 15 years old. I don't care about your politics. I don't care about your color. It's like, I don't get it. I don't know why everybody's pissed off at one another, man. You know how much fun the 80s and 90s were when nobody was pissed off at each other? It's like we just went places and had fun, and it was just, and we could just like have a fight, and then we would share a girlfriend. I mean, it was just, nobody cared, man. Nobody cared about any of that stuff. Like, I couldn't tell you anything about any of my friends, relatives, nothing about their politics. I didn't know anything about it. So here's the call of Marchand's game winner in Spanish. Can you guys see that? Okay, yeah. Oh, here he comes. De las Panteras. Oh, that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You guys heard that? I'll play it again. Tell you what, Edmonton was close to a 2-0 series lead, that's for sure. Yeah, that's why you love watching in Spanish. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool call. Cool. Maybe I'll learn Spanish. They just got all that emotion, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Spanish announcers rock, right? David. Oh man, well, it is what it is, right? Hungry says, I'm so glad that I have the option to watch the games in Spanish. They're so much better than the national guys. It was nice for us to finally have Goldie and Randy last night. Burned oil, yeah, it was tough knowing you were close to either come back 1-1 or go back 2-0. Yeah, that was a tough moment. I mean, we had been pretty much invincible in overtime and until the previous year when the Rangers beat us twice in the playoffs. And it's kind of the same feeling as when, Toronto was up on us 2-0. If we would have gotten down to Edmonton 2-0, I don't know, man. Martin. Exactly, Vern. JC says, all I'm saying is none of this atmosphere existed when bullying was prevalent. When I think about the high school I went to, and I think about the dynamics from the people, and I think about how it would be handled today, I went to North Miami Beach Senior High, but I went there before they started bussing people from like North Miami and the Norland area, especially. So when I went to NMB, it was like 85%, maybe even 90% Jewish. It was mostly the kids from Highland Oaks. Their parents were doctors and lawyers and the whole thing. And then there was us kids from ADIs, the poor kids, compared to the doctors and lawyers. And that was basically who went to that school. And it was mostly Jewish. And there were some black people, but nobody cared. I don't remember one time any racial thing happening, any anti-Semitic thing happening. Everybody hung out on the weekends. Nobody cared, literally, and nobody cared. It was we had been raised, it doesn't matter, and we're like, okay, cool. What are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we going to go do? We're going to do a bonfire. We're going to the beach. We're going to go do wheelies in the Kmart parking lot. Nobody cared. And what's amazing is a lot of the people that are my age from that age group, when I see them on Facebook and stuff right now, that's all they can talk about is race and religion and like, what happened to you? How did you I mean, we had such a great time. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about it. And so, I mean, to me, it just gets depressing. I don't understand it because I know how we were raised and the childhood and the young adulthood that we had, you know. David says, my nephews are mixed and their friends are the entire spectrum of races and they're brutal to one another. Oh, yeah, the book fairs. Remember the book fairs? Yeah. Yeah, your mom give you like $3, right? You go to the book fair. Hey, Robert. Hey, Rangers, we had a gentleman's agreement and it didn't come to pass. My team didn't even make the dance last year. Yeah, sorry about that, man. You know, we're trying to help you out, but you guys got to get in the dance. You know what I mean? Why am I getting a call from Sudbury, Massachusetts? Now, that's interesting. This doesn't even look like a creditor's phone number. This looks like every once in a while I get calls from like there's a place that like is Reader's Magnet. They want me to pay to have the book at like some book fair or whatever. I'm like, you think I have any money for that? Yeah, the book fairs were cool. JC says, I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally. JK says, social media algorithms are built to make you mad. That's how they keep you glued to the screen. It's so true. It's so true. It's why I can't stand Twitter most of the time. I'm getting better at manipulating it a little bit. But you have to force Twitter to not show you politics. And the problem is that because all what my experience has been a little bit of hockey, and then Twitter wants to show me right wing, especially with the Charlie Kirk stuff, right? They just want to show me right. So because I'm just trying to curate a hockey feed. And so when I say I'm not interested in the political stuff, instead of stopping to send me political stuff, then they send me stuff from the left. I'm like, stop sending me shit. And so it's getting a little bit better. It's making the feed a little bit better. Captain Paul. No, I don't think it was Captain. I have Captain Paul's would say Paul locker room though. Yeah. Yeah, my van's extended warranty, right? Real says Paul Maurice said the Jets would win the cup last year, but that didn't work out so well. That good. I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Hungry says the best way to manipulate the X algorithm is to like a bunch of posts on the stuff you want to see in quick succession. Yeah. Never used to have to do that. It's getting a little bit better now that it's hockey season. I have to engage a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I have to fight through the damn politics. You know, it's if first they give you the politics stuff, and then if you don't want that, then they give you like the red pill, the deep red pill stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you like, I don't watch. It's not like a carryover from YouTube. I don't watch this stuff. So I can see where people got annoyed with Twitter. It's not so bad once you have it under control, right? Yeah. YouTube, same kind of thing. You watch a couple of videos in a row. YouTube is listening. A couple of times. In fact, one time, Donna and I were outside with the dog. We had our phones with us, but we were just talking. We were having a conversation about a subject. We'll just put it that way. And we came in, and then we both get in our laptops and we're just hanging out, watching the videos that we each watch. And sure enough, the first video YouTube served me up was on the topic that we had just been talking about outside. And I turned my laptop and be like, look at what they just sent me. She's like, they're listening. I'm like, yeah, they're listening. So then we've tried to mess with them and see if they can send us some of the crazy. We'll talk about crazy shit to see if they send us that. Vamos Gatos jersey going for $4,000 on eBay? No, I didn't see that. Jeez. 4,000? Damn. Who bought that? Hungry says YouTube is fickle as AF. Watch one video by one of those massive creators, and all of a sudden your entire feed will be that one creator. Yes. Yes. But it also depends too. Like I can watch a full-on hockey guy video, Paul from the locker room, Nick from Twisted Wrister. Like I could watch a full video of theirs, leave a comment and everything, and then refresh my page. Nothing. But the phone knows. It's also different, your device. So like every morning, about 8-ish, I'm done with whatever I'm doing work-wise. I make my waffles. I go outside. We have waffles with Leia. She runs around. We play. I eat my waffles outside. And I know I have it trained to where if I log into the Flying Fluffy football account, the first video they're going to send me is Tobin. He's one of the Dolphin guys on the radio, and I like to listen to him because he keeps it real. He keeps it cool. And so I don't even have to worry about it. I log into Flying Fluffy Football, and I know the first video, whatever Tobin last put out, that's going to be the first video that's there. But I can't get I can't get that on the desktop. It's completely different for me. Yeah, Bix, that's actual technology. It listens and pushes the ads. Yeah. Exactly. You're not a curator. You're being curated and your mind becomes twisted. And that's true. That's true, man. The Vamos Gatos Bob jersey signed going for almost 10 grand. Jeez. Yeah, I know. I hear you, David. Oh, and the AI stuff. Tony. I can't tell. Like now people are like posting like somebody was posting something that was supposed to be a Reddit post, a story about something. And I read the damn thing. And then I get to the comments and they're like, hey, is this AI? It's like, yeah, AI wrote this. And like, they're like, ask Grok, was this AI? It's like, yeah, AI wrote this. I'm like, how are we supposed? So it's like, I don't even want to scroll now because like I can't tell. I mean, you can tell sometimes, but sometimes you read the thing and you can't tell. Vamos Gatos on sale. Bob is 9.5. Montour's 4. Stenlin's 1.5. Jeez. Great White says, Jaws, do I believe in ghosts or spirits? I believe it was the ghost of Fluffy that made Leia get that stick. 100%. 100%. She just completely out of nowhere, like she was racing somebody to get to that stick. It's wild what she did yesterday. Now she had her toy outside today. But yeah, what she did yesterday with the stick. I mean, I showed Donna the video and she's like, that's exactly because she's seen the video. She's like, that's exactly Fluffy's moves. Like, that's exactly what he would do. I'm like, yeah, I know. It was weird, man. It was really weird. Vincent. No, that wasn't quite it, Vincent, but good guess. Good guess. Oh, is that right, Hungry? Jeez. Okay. Scientist says, my girl asked me if I want to go on a cruise next year. I opened Instagram and the first post was a Royal Caribbean ad. Yep, that's true. Yeah, we're being phased out by AI. I know. You know, it's kind of scary. Once AI figures out how to use puppets, I'm out of a job, right? You know, how do you guys like that? 2 videos. I haven't used the puppets yet, huh? Nobody's asking for them either. I did talk to Bob though last night, so I figure I'll when Bob gets a night off, then he can come to the channel. So All right. Did I miss a super chat? Because I see something here. Hey, thank you, Zach. I didn't see that because I was reading the article. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated, bud. Thank you, buddy. It says people from Tampa are brainless. The next night, Eki got Hagel. Actually, the next night was a day off, and the other day the Hagel didn't play. Thank you, Zach. Sorry I didn't see that earlier, man. David says, I'm so old, AI is Allen Iverson to me, right? No, I know, Cade. We were warned. It's some of the videos. Like there was a video that I saw, I don't know, it was either Twitter or YouTube. It was a shorts. And it was a bear. And I guess the bear had been sneaking into the backyard of this people's house, and they had a swing, and they kept the camera kept catching the bear falling off the little swing. So they put like a big, like a inner tube type of thing, a big ass swing for him, and the bear come out of the woods and gets on the freaking swing and is going back and forth. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, God, that's AI. This is cute. And it wasn't. It wasn't. And I'm going through the comments, and everybody, it was not AI. I'm like, how in the hell are we supposed to know when we're watching something, right? And then what if something is actually real, but the bots tell us it's AI? We're not. Who's going to know? Who's going to? It's just. Vincent says AI is not phasing us out. It's about control. Think of which databases they're pulling information from. It's just Wikipedia on steroids, except it talks to you in person. For the most part, yeah. That part, yeah. I'm talking about content creation and stories and all of that. Yeah, I'm AI. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I went bald and this is going white. And I'm doing a good job. The model is doing a good job of showing an aging. Oh, the AI shark videos. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Yeah, because when it says AI shorts are becoming dangerous, especially in politics, because you're seeing crazy videos and people can't tell it's AI. That's true. That's going to be a problem at some point, So, all right, everybody, I'm going to roll. Appreciate it. Nice to hang out. There's no hockey tonight. There's literally no hockey tonight. And Kyle's not home tonight. So the Panthers better not do anything. No moves, no trades, no nothing. Nothing tonight. I want tonight off. I want to be unavailable. We'll just put it that way. And then we got that's Leah. We got hockey tomorrow, 7:00. So the members podcast, or members stream will begin at 6:30. And then we got to beat the crap out of Ottawa. Yeah, and there are 20 games in one day and 0 the next. I know it. All right, everybody, go enjoy your Friday night. Have one for me. Appreciate all the love and support, and I shall see you mañana. Yeah, exactly, Kazuma. Yeah, we need AI Shorter Crosby announcing he's going to Florida. Oh, God.